So we're logged in to the Nexttesting website as a coach, and we're on the public homepage. If you go to the My Home page, you get to see the events, the data for the events that you've participated in. So let's look at the August 2010 event, and we'll just go through what's available to you as a coach. So this is just descriptive of each one of the tabs. This is the biometrics tabs for these 5 athletes. So this event only had 5 athletes. The biometrics tabs represent the body com, body scan. This is the physiology tab, and for this event they did not do any Wingate tests, or they did not do any they only did the balance test. They didn't also do any heart rate recovery tests. Go to physiology 2. This is where you get the grip strength and the vertical jump. And any of these screens you can sort. You can say, hey, out of my 5 athletes, go ahead and show me who was the fastest or who was the slowest. So you can sort by slowest or fastest. You can say who had you can sort by who had the peak force. This is the lowest peak force, this is the highest peak force for the right hand, and you can sort for the left hand. And for the vertical jump, you can say, hey, show me who had the highest peak power. You can do the same thing with any one of these tabs. You can say, hey, show me the dynamic balance. Usually the lowest number are the best, so James did the best here. Same thing, you can sort by static. Same thing, James did the best for the got the best result for the static balance. Data with biometrics, you can say, hey, I'd like to see who had the lowest bioimpedance bioelectric impedance analysis percentage, or also known as body fat. So lower body fat is better. So going back, this is the sport specific skills for, in our case, for the skating results. So the Nexttesting index, for the forwards, for the defense, for the NTI, but as you can tell, this event did not involve any skating results. So we go onward to the athletes report. The athletes report, you can get you can select on any athletes, or one or more athletes, or all athletes in one shot, and you can get the athletes compare page. Or if you want to focus only on skating, you can get the athlete compare page for the skating section only. And you can click on any athletes and get their PDF results, whether it's the skating results you're interested in, the off-ice, or the combined skating and off-ice result. So we'll get back to this soon, but let's keep going. Vertical tracking. What happens is we compare the vertical tracking of the last 2 events. So what happened? We've got the most recent event of August 2010 in here, and prior to that we had the the May of 2010, and you can see the difference in here. So for example, in here, Jim lost 1 minus 2. The difference between the 2 body fats is he went from 18% in May and then down to 16.8. So there's a differential of minus 1.2 units. Same thing, you can look under relative power. You know, they were at 8%, but we didn't do a Wingate test for this new event. So So this is just meaningless here. There's no need for us to do the vertical tracking for this because we only have data for one event. In parallel to all these tabs, the biometric, the physiology, the physiology 2, physiology 3, you can see we have VT for vertical tracking, biometrics, vertical tracking physiology 1, vertical tracking physiology 2, and so forth. So whenever we have a tab in here that represents a certain set of tests, we happen to have vertical tracking equivalents. So if I click on VT biometrics, you can see we're basically comparing the biometrics, the vertical tracking for the last two events for the body scan. If we go under physiology 1, you can see we have the vertical tracking, the VT as in vertical tracking for the balance and energy system. So you can go and given a certain event, given the August event, I want to look at vertical tracking, and so basically vertical tracking restricts you to two events only. So would be vertical tracking this last event and the May event. So that's vertical tracking. My personal opinion is this vertical tracking section has been superseded by the athletes compare page, and I'll get to that soon. Athlete search, we can search for the events that we're allowed to see, all the events, or in this case the single event, it's the highlighted event. We can say, hey, I'd like to see, go ahead and show me whoever happens to have I want to do a body fat index, body fat percentage. Show me everybody who happens to have a body fat index below 15%, and you can search. You can result, hey, two athletes happen to have below 15%, and of course you can drill down and get a complete report, or you can select them both and put them on the athletes compare page side by side. But we'll get back to it. You can also say, hey, give me all my events, all these 5 events. Show me whoever had a body fat of 15% or less. We got 9 records. So out of all these events, and you can get a list of the events. We happen to have 9 events in which these athletes have gotten body fat less than 15%. So onwards, sometimes we have additional documents attached to an event, such as if we prepared a special report. This is the section where you find the additional document. So this is it. This is a quick overview, 10,000 feet overview of or 10K high, 10 miles high overview of the coach's landing page, the home page, the My Home, if you happen to be logged in as a coach.